Now we can go through motion under gravity. What is motion under gravity? When object is projected vertically upwards, what happens? The velocity of the object decreases 10 meters per second at each and every second. For example, when object projected 50 meters per second, when t equals 0, what happens? Its velocity decreases 10 meters per second at each and every second. When t equals 1, that velocity should be 40 meters per second. When t equals 2, the velocity should be 30 meters per second. When t equals 3, the velocity should be 20 meters per second. When t equals 4, velocity should be 10 meters per second. 10 meters per second. When t equals 5, the object comes to the rest. That occurs due to the gravitational acceleration exerting downwards. Then what happens? When object comes back to the ground, this is t equals 5. When t equals 6, that velocity should be 10 meters per second. That is t equals 6, which means velocity increases but towards negative direction each and every 1 second. When t equals 7, velocity should be 20. T equals 8, that velocity should be 30. T equals 9, velocity should be 40 meters per second. Then finally, it reaches to the ground when t equals 10. When t equals 10. It occurs when there is no such air resistance there. What is the time of flight here? Time of flight is the time taken by the object in order to come back to its original position. That is called time of flight. Here we can find the maximum height gained by the object and the time taken. We can consider the initial point and the maximum point. So here we have to consider the upward direction as positive. So then from A to B, we can apply a particular equation. The initial velocity has to be taken as plus 50 and final velocity should be 0 and acceleration it should be negative or minus 10. We can find time taken as well as displacement made by the object. In order to find time taken, the ideal equation should be v equals u plus at. What's that? V equals u plus at. Final velocity is 0, initial velocity is 50, acceleration is minus 10. Then you can find time taken as 5 seconds as we conclude. So now we know that the object reaches to the maximum, its maximum position by 5 seconds. Now we can consider the displacement. So in order to find displacement, you can use v square equals u square plus 2s. Final velocity is 0, initial velocity is 50, then 2 into minus 10 into s. 20s equals 50 into 50. So then what happens? It becomes 125 meters. 125 meters. That is the maximum height gained by the object. Now we can find time of flight as well. How would you find time of flight? When considering from A to A, you can find time of flight. So when considering from A to A, displacement should be 0, initial velocity should be 50, and the acceleration is -10. Then you can find time taken. Let's see what happens. It should be double of 5. 5 is the time taken gained by the object in order to reach the maximum point. Let's see what happens. S equals ut plus half at square. S equals 0. Initial velocity is 50. Time taken is t. Then half into -10 into t square. Then what happens? As a common factor, 5t can be taken out. So 50t divided by 5t, that is 10, negative or minus t. So then 5t equals 0 or 10 minus t equals 0. Then we can conclude the time is 10 seconds, which means time of flight. Now we can consider the displacement time graph, velocity time graph, and acceleration time graph considering the above object. What would be the velocity time graph? Velocity time graph. So velocity decreases, which means there is a retardation towards upwards. Then what happens? It reaches to the maximum point and the velocity is 0. Velocity is 0. Then what happens? It moves to the negative direction. It moves to the negative direction, which means the negative velocity increases as the time progresses. And the main important thing should be area made by the graph on the t-axis should be equal. And when considering displacement time graph, what happens? Initially there is a retardation. Starts from 0 displacement, which means there is a retardation just like this. That is called retardation towards positive direction. Then we can consider this part. What's that? That is acceleration towards negative direction. So finally displacement should be 0. Then we can consider acceleration time graph. What happens here? As the gravitational acceleration is 9.81 ms-2, approximately 10 meters per second, 10 meters per square second, the variation of acceleration should be negative. The reason is the direction of the acceleration is downwards. We considered the upward direction as positive. That's the thing. Now we can consider another example. Object is released at a height of, let's consider that is 245 meters. Object is released. Then we need to find time taken in order to get the ground floor. So the displacement is 245, initial velocity is 0. Then we need to find the time taken. So what you have to do is take the positive direction as downwards. Then initial velocity should be 0. and the displacement should be 245, acceleration should be plus 10, then you can find time taken by the object. So from A to B, we can consider the equation such as S equals ut plus half at square. Ut plus half at square. Displacement should be 245. Initial velocity is 0. So then half into acceleration is 10 into t square. Then what happens? Then t square equals, that is 49. Take the root of 49, that gives you 7 seconds, which means the time taken by the object is 7 seconds in order to complete 245 meters. Right. Now we can consider another example. Let's consider that the object is projected 60 meters per second at a height of 225 cliff. Then what happens? Object moves upwards and reaches to the ground level So what would be the positive direction here? Since the object moves upwards initially, you have to consider the upward direction as positive direction. So initial velocity is 60. It should be positive. Displacement, what would be the displacement here? This is the initial point, this is the final point. How would you take the direction of the displacement? It should be from initial to final point, which means that is downwards. So the displacement is 225 meters, that is towards downwards, but we are considering the upward direction as positive. So this should be 225 meters, it should be negative. And the other thing is the acceleration, it should be negative as we know. Then we can find time taken by the object. So you can take this point as A, B. From A to B, you can apply the equation like S equals ut plus half at square. What would be the S value here? S value should be minus 225. Initial velocity is 60. Then simple t, half into minus 10 into t square. Then what happens here? This is 45 minus 45. This is 12t minus t square. Then t square minus 12t minus 45 equals 0. Which means 45 into 1, we are focusing on 12, then 15 into 3, that can be accepted. So then t square minus 15t plus 3t minus 45 equals 0. Then you can take t as a common factor, t minus 15, then plus 3, again t minus 15. So then t minus 15 can be taken out as a common factor, then the remainder is t plus 3. So the final answer is 15 seconds or minus 3 seconds. That is the time taken gained by the object in order to reach the bottom of the cliff. Right. Considering that question, we can find the displacement and the velocity when the time taken by the object is 2 seconds. then how would you find displacement and the velocity when t equals 2 seconds? When t equals 2 seconds. So we know that the whole path takes 15 seconds. So 2 seconds should be during the upward motion. So you can take this point as C and t equals 2. T equals 2. Now we can consider from A to C. What is initial velocity there? It should be 60. And the time taken, you can take that as 2 seconds, and the acceleration is minus 10. Then you can find velocity and the displacement. So in order to find velocity from A to C, you can apply V equals U plus AT. V, what you have to find, initial velocity is 60, acceleration is minus 10, then 2, then 60 minus 20 gives you 40 meters per second. 40 meters per second. Then you can find displacement as well using equation like S equals ut plus half at square. Initial velocity is 60, time taken is 2, half into minus 10 into 2 square. This is 120 minus 20. Then what happens? The answer becomes 100 meters. Answer becomes 100 meters. Before moving on to the projectiles, there is a small part we have to discuss, was that if there is a air resistance, what happens to the time of flight? The time taken to reach the maximum point by the object is less than the time taken to reach the Earth's surface, because when object moves upwards, there are two forces. What are those two forces? One is weight, the other one is air resistance. So when considering weight and the air resistance, both act on downwards. Therefore, there is a considerable retardation there. But when considering downward motion, weight is downward but the air resistance is upwards. Therefore, the time taken in order to reach the or comes back to the Earth's surface is bit greater than the initial motion.